What's up, CB101? If you guys are here, I'm going to cover how you can sell anything online with chatbots. And if you guys want access, or if you guys want to get a sneak peek and see our unveiling and our launch of our new softwares that'll let you process payments directly in your chatbot, that'll allow you to pixel your people right there in your chatbot, and will allow you to do retargeting all within your chatbot from a single software. Not to mention, there's also one that helps go out and prospect for new chatbot clients. So if you want info on all of those softwares that we're releasing, just drop an emoji and I'll get that stuff to you. But guys, the reason that I wanted to do this was because every week we're going to be doing industry builds and helping you guys to apply this stuff to different types of businesses. And what I thought was important for us to start with was really information products, e-commerce, dropshipping. You know, a lot of people, I posted something in the ManyChat group recently, just sharing, you know, my success, and I'll share with you guys, you know, fully transparently, like at this time last year, right around this time, we got a notice put on our door because we were 2 months late on rent, or like a month and a half late on rent, and we had 3 days to pay all of our rent or they were going to evict us out of our place. It was like, holy shit. You know what I mean? Like real life was bearing down. I had a successful business the previous year in 2016. I had earned 6 figures. I had it was really, I had not a, financial worry in the world. And then I dove into this online space and nothing was really getting traction. And it was like, that's why I dove into chatbots, and chatbots was really what allowed, me to save my my list, my house. It allowed me to, pay for a $20,000 wedding this year. And it's all come from selling products through chatbots. Now people go, well, this is only helpful if you are a chatbot like course seller. And it's not, right? That's the only reason I'm talking about it in this regard is because you guys are using chatbots, right? And I have a course, so that's why I'm going to talk about it to you guys. However, you can use the same system, you can use the same model, you can use the same exact things that I did to sell a chatbot course. You can do that to sell dog training courses. You could do that to sell planners or books, or you could do that to sell, paintings or music or other information products or whatever it is. The process that I use for this stuff is all the same. So let's just get into what the process actually is, and then we'll kind of talk about it, right? Because when it comes to it, it really comes down to a couple of simple things. So I'm going to jump back over here and I'm going to do a new share, and how to sell online with chatbots. Okay. So realize that there's really 3 things that we need, right? We need to get people to opt in. That's one thing, right? We need to get people to opt in. We need to get people nurtured, right? We need to actually follow up with them. And then we need to get them, some sort of call to action or an offer, right? And so that's really what we're doing online, no matter what it is that we're selling, right? So I'm curious, are you guys thinking about like actually selling stuff online? Because I know one big push in this group is to help you guys get more chatbot clients. And absolutely, we are going to be doing that, especially tomorrow. We're going to show you a software that will allow you to go out and automatically generate the information of local businesses in whatever area that you've defined, and actually automatically start conversations with those people about marketing or whatever it is that you want. So I'm going to share that with you tomorrow. So just if you want info on those softwares that we're releasing, it's going to be a soft launch tomorrow. We're just going to kind of show you guys them because they're not like totally well, the one that we're making is going to be super killer, but the ones that you'll see tomorrow, we're going to release kind of on a soft launch. So if you want a reminder or you want to get information on those softwares, just drop an emoji and I will get you that info too. So let's keep going, right? Let's keep going in terms of what it is that we're talking about. And I actually wanted to show you kind of how I did it, when it comes to when it comes to this stuff, right? So the first thing is opting in and and getting people to subscribe. And I remember for me, one of the biggest challenges that I had when I first started getting into internet marketing is that it was so hard to get a landing page up, right? So I had to create a landing page, and then I had to connect, and it was like all of this crazy stuff. But now what's amazing is that if you have an article, if you have a blog, if you have any piece of content, well, what you can do is you can actually run it through the bot, and then you can capture them as a subscriber and then just deliver the content on a button on a website, and link to a website so that they're able to get that content. So here, for a lot of drop shippers, okay, let me give you a little history lesson, all right? A lot of drop shippers, what they would do is they would go and buy banner ads on other websites. Back when people still click banner ads, they would buy banner ads on other websites that were similar, to the market that they were serving. And people were on, a hiking website, and there was a hiking banner ad that said, hey, get your hiking boots or all your hiking gear. And then they clicked that ad, and it was a drop shipping ad. It was a drop shipping shop, right? That was for hiking, that provided all of these, products. And then they had kind of outfulfilled it other ways, right? But it was really, really simple, because all they had to do was just go out and just sit on, they knew who these people, they knew what these big websites were. They knew what these big these big sources of traffic were. And so what they did is they just siphoned off the traffic that was already going through there. Well, what you can kind of do similarly is what you can do is you can find your niche, right? You can find your niche and then find a blog or an article that is really, really popular, or that is really, really going viral a little bit with in your community. And what you can do is you can run ads to that article, right? If you guys are running ads, that's what a lot of dropshippers do. You can run ads to that article, have them subscribe in the bot, read the article right there in the bot, and then remember, that's how, so we got them to opt in, right? We got them to opt in. And then after that, we can follow up with them, and we can say, hey, I saw that you were into hiking. You read on this hiking article, and here's another hiking article, or here's another hiking video series, or here's this other hiking stuff that you might like as well. And so that nurture process is great, because now you know what they're into, you know what they like, they clicked on some sort of lead magnet that shows what they're interested in, and so you're able to follow up accordingly and send them more information right through the chatbot. So let me go in here. Let me show you what it actually looks like in the, in the bot. So look at all of these growth tools, guys. Look at all of these growth tools. I've literally made over 110 growth tools, right? That's and the reason that I love it is because what used to take, right, a ton of time to be able to make these things now takes so quickly. So watch, let me show you how easy it is to create something like this, right? So tomorrow we're actually having a live call, and we're actually going to show you 5 different softwares that you can utilize that will automatically streamline both your client acquisition and your client fulfillment process almost immediately. And so all of the little kind of things that all of the things that a chatbot can't do, things like process payments, things like track people on a website, things like pixel people, all of those things we can actually do with our software. So if you guys want info on that, here's how it works. Drop an emoji and I'll get you the info. But here's how easy it is to actually do something like that, right? So we're doing that tomorrow. So that's something that, let's see. I don't know. Does anybody want, I don't know. I don't see any emojis. I don't see any emojis here. So if you guys don't want that, then I'll just keep it for my accelerator group and we'll just do it for that. But if you guys want to actually get in on that training too, and you want to see those softwares that are coming out, drop an emoji. And here's why, okay? Because what we're going to do is we're going to create a messenger reference URL. And then what we're going to do is we're going to name that software soft launch, okay? And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to edit this, and it says software soft launch opt-in, and I'm just going to, that's fine, okay? I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to say, hey, and then first name, hey, whatever, want to see 5 new softwares that will make your business and life with chatbots so much easier and simpler. Let's just say simpler, huh? Because so I have a little opt-in, and then I go, yes, definitely, right? And if they hit that, well, what's great is that I can tag them, and I can tag them with a particular tag that says that they want this opt-in, right? But now they're already in, so they're going to get all my future broadcasts. I'm going to say tag software soft launch. I'm going to tag them with that, and then I'm going to say boom, and then I'm going to go here, and I'm going to put a new message, and then I'm going to say, okay, great. The live stream starts tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific. And then I'll put a little delay. Check back here for the link. Okay, boom. Right. So then I got that, and then it's good. Okay, so then I publish that, and then literally that's it. So content published. Okay, so that's good. I go back to here, and then I can go here, and I can go software. All right. Boom, boom. Okay, so I've got that. Now, let me show you what is even cooler, okay? So I'm going to go here to my ads manager, all right? Because one of the softwares is actually allows you to pixel people right on the link, not on the ManyChat like URL, right? Or not on a website or a landing page, but we can actually show you a shortened link, right? That'll actually allow you to do that. So let me go back over here while that's pulling up. And I'm going to pull up our little wonderfulness here. Stripe. Nope. What is the name? Send bulk. So we got a ton of different softwares that are going to be launching that are going to make it so easy for you, but I don't even know. Let's see here. It should be. Well, anyways, what you can do is now I've got this, and I can actually put a pixel on this. So let me, what is the name? I just need to get the name of the software. And John and I have actually been putting this stuff together for a little bit, and it's going to be incredible what it can do. So if you guys want this link right here and want to get reminded tomorrow, then I'll show you what it can do. Let's see, I don't want to let you in on all of this stuff, but let's stop the share so that I can look and see which ones you guys need. Oh, here it is. This is what we want. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So check this out, guys. Look how awesome this is going to be. Desktop here. So this is what it is. It's actually a link management system, right? It's kind of like what everything Bitly wanted to do. So check this out. I can go on here and I can add a link. So I'm going to paste that link from my growth tool. So I copied it, right? And I'm going to paste that right in here. And then I can add my Facebook pixel. So that's pretty sweet. So if I go over here, I can actually grab, I'm going to grab the right pixel. I can actually grab the pixel so that I can track when they click on it, right? And what this does is it allows me to be able to, I'm going to go where are my pixels? So I'm going to go, and what this allows me to do is this allows me to be able to track the click, right? So now those people, if they click it, they can be put onto a, what's the word I'm looking for? They can be put into a custom audience. They can basically be, you can trigger a custom event. You can do all of that stuff, right? So let's see, details. And what all I'll need to do is I just need to grab this number on my pixel. So let's see. Set up. I want my pixel. I want my pixel. I want my pixel number. So I get my pixel code is, where's my pixel code? Oh, there it is right there. Cancel. Here it is. So I'm going to take that right there, and then I'm going to put this right in here, and then I'm going to shorten it. Oh, that's weird. So anyways, so it looks like I'll have to bit.ly that one and then track it. So so this will actually allow you to put the Facebook pixel, but I'll probably have to put a little two-step link in there, which is kind of nice. So which is great is I'm going to put this in here, and then I'm going to go over to this and put that right there. Okay, so if you guys want to get reminded about tomorrow, you guys can do that. All right. So what's next? Okay. What's next? Well, we talked about how to get people opted in, right? Now we need to talk about how to nurture people, right? What does that mean? Well, let me show you what I actually mean by that. So in our chatbot, we actually have things called sequences here. And you'll notice here that I've got a lots of different sequences, but most recently the one that we did was this chatbot video series where I followed up with them for 3 days, where I sent them a little message, right? And so what you'll see here is that this, though, is actually tailored towards exactly where they're at. And so this is one message, but it's talking to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different groups of people, depending on how far along they are in the sales process or throughout the video. And so this is actually a nurturing process that allows me to be able to follow up with people based on where they're at in kind of their own, in their mind, right? So there's things like that. What I also like to do is I like to have, you'll notice that I have a series of sequences. So what it'll have is they'll go from the interested one, right? And then if they progress out of this sequence, then they'll go into this sequence. And if they go into that sequence, and then they get out of that sequence, right? Then they'll go into, so basically what I'm doing is I'm moving them through the process. And the reason is that each of these options, each of these like, what's the word I'm looking for? Each of these messages has an opportunity to accelerate the process, right? Each of these messages has an opportunity to accelerate the process. And you'll notice that there's this button here. And when they click that button, you'll notice that what it does is it unsubscribes them from the sequence that they're in, and it subscribes them to a new one so I can follow up accordingly, right? And if they didn't hit that button, then I'm going to keep following up and following up and following up and following up and following up until they hit that button, right? So what this will allow you to do is kind of what I call the staircase method, so that you don't, the worst thing that people, one of the worst things that people can do in digital marketing is like force someone to buy something, or like try and sell someone something that they don't want to buy, or they're not even interested in hearing about, right? Like that's spammy. So what this allows you to do is this allows you to have the customer dictate the pace at which the sales process comes, right? Not you. So once again, what we're talking about here is we talked about how to opt in, how to get people to opt in. Then we're talking about nurturing them, right? And you're sending them follow-up sequences. What I also like to do is segment and bucket people, right? What do I mean by that? Well, if I go over here into my audience, I've got look at all these tags I have. Now, you obviously need a pro account to be able to have all these tags, right? I think with a free account, you can only have a limited amount of tags. But look at all of these different differentiations I have, right? All of these different kind of ways that I can group people. Now, so you'll see, like, if I want to send just a message to everybody who registered for last week's training, I can go back and I can send them that. Or if I want to go back and I want to send a message to everybody who showed up to the training, I can send them that. Or if I want to send them a message to everyone who watched the replay, I can send them that. So there's lots of ways that you can now segment people and speak to people who are at like exactly where, basically, here's what I mean. Like if they didn't show up, right? If they registered but didn't show up, I don't want to start selling them all the stuff that I sold on the training. And if they did show up, right, I'm gonna not say, hey, did you watch the training? They're like, yeah, you saw me on it. So this allows it to be a smart bot because you're able to segment people in this way. Now, what I also want to share with you though is that you can segment people based on their custom user inputs. So what do I mean by that, right? So if I go in here and I say that, I want to find people, who have, let's see here. Let's see. I only want to send the message to people who have already built a chatbot, right? And if they've already built the chatbot, then that's who I want to send it to. So they actually told me a question. They actually answered one of my questions, and I asked them, I said, have you built a chatbot yet? And it saved it under there. So now I can say, hey, let's build your first chat. Let's go to the advanced stuff. Or what I could do is I could say, or it could be no, right? And I can ask them now, I could say, hey, I know you told me you haven't built your first chatbot yet before. Have you built it yet? Have you gotten started, right? So this allows me to ask them questions. So you can segment, we've segment people based on their, like their demographics. We base on their interest, on, what level of commitment are they at? Are they buying a lower end product? Are they buying a higher end product? So by actually segmenting people like this, I can have a better conversation with them, right? As well. So let's talk about the last aspect of it, right? Which is the call to action and the offer. By the way, any questions on opting in or subscribing people? This is, I guess, I don't know if it's basic stuff, but here's the thing, right? I posted this in the ManyChat group, and I hate those bragging posts where it's like, look how great I am, and I did $10,000 a month and blah, blah, blah. I really hate those posts. They make me want to vomit sometimes. So I understand the sentiment when people say, this, like I understand the haters that come out after that post. However, what I'd share with you is that the reason I posted that was to inspire and motivate you guys to go out there and start taking action with this stuff, because these things can be applied to whatever it is that you are selling if it's in an online capacity, right? If people are actually pulling out their credit cards and like buying online, here's the process, right? Like it's amazing when you can wake up and you've already made $500 that day, right? Like it's beautiful. Like, I'm so grateful that you guys have this community, and I have wonderful people who follow and listen, and all these people who care about joining it. But already today, I made about $600 just this morning, right? Which is, I love it, right? Because it allows me to now be able to do the things that I really want to do, right? The money isn't everything, but money allows you to have freedom. So my point in saying all this, right, is ranting, getting off on a tangent here, is that these systems can be applied to whether you are selling candles, whether you are selling books, whether you're selling shoes, monkeys, mini pigs, or even an online course, right? All of these things are the same. You get someone to opt in by giving them something of value that they're either interested in, intrigued in, or interested or intrigued in, right? Those are the two. You nurture them, you send them, you first ask them questions to find out who they actually are, what they actually need, and what they actually want. And then you send them information, you send them content, you send them videos, articles, audios, pictures, things that are going to help them feel more confident about this last part, which we're going to talk about, which is the call to action and the offer, right? And this is right here is the money phase. Okay. Now that's what we're talking about. Now, a couple of things. You've got to have a good offer, right? You've got to have a good, you just got to have a well thought out offer, right? So I'm curious for you guys who are here on live, what are you guys what are you guys selling, right? If you guys are in the information space, or if you're thinking about getting into the information space, what are you guys selling, and what are you, because really want to help you apply it to these things, but it's hard for me to just kind of drum up industries out of it, because I only talk about the ones that I work with, but I'm curious about for you guys. So what, make sure that they are paying online, right? That they're actually pulling out their credit card online and buying. That's kind of the differentiator here. If you're selling a product, this is how you do it, right? If you're selling a service, well, tune in tomorrow and I'm going to show you all the different cool softwares that we're putting together to make it so easy for you guys to generate new clients. And it's just going to be sick. So with that being said, what kind of industry are you guys in, so that I can keep this a little more relevant to you guys? Let me know, drop a comment, and we'll talk about it. I don't know. I think you guys might be a little behind me. So I'm going to share just some thoughts on an offer, right? Because an offer is so important. And whenever we are, I've realized that the way that you structure and the way that you package something is so important, right? Like, let's think super abstract and let's think about the example that everybody knows. Well, everybody knows about iPhones and back to the iPods, right? If you remember those things, the iPod was a revolutionary kind of thing. But here's the thing, the iPod was not the first device that utilized or that put music, it wasn't like the first MP3 player. Like, it wasn't the first device that could put, that you could put songs on and kind of walk around as. However, what it was, though, is it was something very appealing, right? It was the offer of having 1,000 songs in your pocket, right? Like, that's appealing. That's an offer. That's desire-based. Because if you guys remember what it was like, I remember going on field trips, right? Because whenever we were a kid and you go on field trips, like, you always had to, like, the cool kids always brought like their CDs and their headphones and like whatever, because we didn't have cell phones back then. We didn't have smartphones, and we didn't have Spotify or Pandora. So if we wanted to we either had to make a mixtape, right? Which had like all of our like all of our favorite songs. We would go and like the night before we'd put together like 12 or 13 songs or whatever, anything that we could fit on the disc. Or what we would do is we would take this like big, like leather book of like this, like all these CDs, and it zipped. It was like, it was like the zip thing. And it was like, sometimes they had these people had like these massive books, because like, if you were a cool kid, you had a lot of music, right? And if you had a lot of music, well, back then, in order to put that stuff, into you had to carry it all around. So now when Apple comes around and says that you can have 1,000 songs in your pocket with one little square thing that can fit in your pocket, and you're not going to have to be carrying around these crazy cases or these crazy, like, that was an offer that people wanted. Okay. So I've realized that there are two things that people kind of need to have, right? Or two things that the offer needs to be, right? I'm just going to put intriguing, and I'm going to put valuable. Okay. I like alliterations, or assonances is what it would be if, since they're vowels. But for now, intriguing and valuable. And what do I mean by that? Like, if you are getting someone to schedule something, or you're getting someone to try something out, if it's like a $1 per month, or like a $1, trial, or it's like, a super low end commitment trial just to get them in the door, you are much more likely to sell them on the intrigue and the curiosity factor than you are necessarily going to sell them on like, here's all the value. And here's why, right? Because if they're only paying $1, they're like, how much value can it really be, right? Like, how much value can there really be if I'm only paying $1? If this is only $5, like that's kind of what's going through their head. So if you are trying to just kind of get someone in the door and just trying to get, your foot in the door and have them come in with like a lower commitment, SLO, or a lower commitment, one-time offer, well, playing on their intrigue or playing on their curiosity is almost as powerful of a motivator as like value, right? Like curiosity and intrigue is a very, very strong motivator, especially if they don't have to, like, if there's not a large commitment, right? If we're not looking for a large commitment in terms of like money or something, we just want to like sign up, right? Well, intrigue is probably the way to go. However, we have to make sure that on the backside of that, right, once they get in, well, that they find that it's so valuable. The challenge is that if you create a $1 offer or $1 trial for 2 weeks, or, you know, you have a really low end product, but then low, you know, not low, yeah, just low ticket product, then, and you don't have a system that actually upsells people, well, then you're just going to have people who come in, try it out, use it, and then either don't stick around or don't like ascend up the value ladder, right? Like Groupon, a lot of businesses that utilize Groupon really miss out on this because they're giving something really, really valuable, right, to people, but then they don't have a system on the back end to actually get those people to come back. So if you're doing an intriguing offer, you need to make sure that it is really, really valuable so that they stick around. Okay, with that being said, let's talk about all the kind of cool ways that you can do this, right? Now, there are like normal ways, right? Well, the first thing that I did was I utilized like a ClickFunnels page, right? And that's currently how I was, how I first started accepting payments. And I still have a ClickFunnels page up right now, just because sometimes if people just want to buy, and they don't need to be sold or anything like that. Sometimes it's simpler to send them directly to that, right? Because I didn't have like an invoicing kind of thing that would just accept payment. However, what's awesome now is that you can utilize PayPal. You can utilize, in a little bit, ManyChat is coming out with, their Stripe integration. But what's beautiful about what we're putting out now is a simple invoicing system that allows you to create dynamic invoices that will allow you to get paid, and you can put it directly and embed it directly into the button, right? So directly into the button. So let me show you how simple this can be, okay? So let's go, and I'm gonna create a flow here, and I'm gonna call this payment test. Payment test. All right, so let's check this bad boy out. All right, so if I go in here now, I can say, here is, look how easy it is to get paid. Okay. Now, what I can do is I can put in a button and I can say, pay me. I wouldn't put that, but I could. I could put that, but that's probably not the best thing to put if you're actually working with real customers. But since I'm talking to myself, I'm going to do that. Now, what I'm going to do is I can go over here and check this out. This is called invoicingyou.com. This is actually the software that we're going to talk about tomorrow. But look how easy it is for you to be able to create this kind of stuff. So what I did is I can go over here and I can create product invoice. Now, let's say, so I'm going to say test, right? So I'm going to say test. It's in US dollar, okay? So I'm going to say item is ManyChat, or excuse me, let's just say CB 101 test, and I'm going to say quantity 1, and the quantity is going to be $1, okay? And then tax rate, no tax, and let's just say if you are seeing this, it worked, okay? Now, I'm going to hit done. Now, all I've got to do is I can say client invoice link is this, so if I hit this, bada boom, bada bam. There it is right there. Now, so I can do that copy link address. I can just do copy. Now, here's what's very, very cool, okay? Now, I haven't connected this yet, like totally. It's not synced up right now. But what you can do is now at the end of this, right, it says equals, and then I can do user ID. And so what's great about that is that when I go here, it's actually going to, so let's say I'm going to hit preview. What it's going to do is it's actually going to tag on this little reference, right? So let's see. Okay, so there it is. Look how easy it is to get paid, and it says pay me. Now look at this. So I go up here, and it says there's my ID number. Oops, looks like something went wrong. Interesting. So I need to put. So let me just put this, let me take this off because I don't think it's properly formatted. So check this out. So if I go done, I'm going to preview that. So then it says, pay me. So then if I go here, now there it is right there. That's all it takes. I can go boom. Now let me show you how easy this can be when you're doing it on mobile, right? Because that's what we're talking about. And that's the beauty of this stuff. It is so easy so much easier on mobile. Oh no, where did I go? Mobile. So let me plug in my phone here and get this up and rolling. So guys, if this is, what do you guys think? Is this valuable stuff, right? Like that you can now just plug that right in, and let me show you how easy it is to be able to do it. Okay, there's me. All right, there's wonderful Cherry. Okay, so it says pay me. Now look, it pops up right there in the chatbot, right there in Facebook Messenger, which is kind of nice. Why isn't it loading? Oh, here we go. So notice that what it's going to do is it's going to pop up right there. There's my wonderful, beautiful mug, and it says one CB test, no tax, one price. Subtotal is 1. If you're seeing this, it worked. Look at that. If you're seeing this, it worked, and I can make payment, right? And I can just put that in there, right? And it'll be really, really easy for me to be able to do that. So let's see. I don't have my. Give me 1 second. All right, I want to show you literally how easy this can be. Okay, so I'm going to type in. Just like this. Okay. And then, oh, look at that. Boom. It already sent it. Thanks, man. Look at that. So since I already used this before, it'll actually send this to me, and it gave me 890. Look how awesome this is. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. So imagine if they've already paid with this system before, it'll actually remember it so that they can just automatically, boom, successfully paid. We're in, we're good. Sayonara. Okay. So what I love about this now it's not hooked up quite yet. Oh, look at that. I just received a payment. Woo, woo, woo. Right. So that's how easy it can be to accept payments through this kind of stuff. Now, let me jump over here because invoicing you is really changing. This is going to change the game for you. Okay. Because you can do custom invoices, you can do subscriptions. It makes it really resume. There's me, new share. How come it's not letting me share this stuff, guys? Resume. All right. So anyways, I'm going to stop the share. All right. I'm going to hop back to my phone, see if we got any questions here. But really, when it comes down to it, this is what it comes down to, right? So a couple of questions in here. So Liddy says, you say to offer new prospective subscribers a bribe to get the opt-in. Doesn't that violate Facebook's terms of service? Absolutely not, right? If I'm doing bait posts and I'm doing stuff like that, then maybe that does. But giving people valuable PDFs, resources, updates, whatever it is, via your messenger bot is actually what Facebook wants to do. And what I would encourage you to start thinking a little bit bigger than just what's the content that I could send them, right? What's the like can it be like a functional device, right? Can it be like a functional kind of can it be functional what's the word I'm looking for? Like a functional bot, right? So Liddy says automotive marketing, okay? So what if the bot actually, instead of just like delivering information, right, actually allowed you to customize your own car like they can do on websites now, right? Like you pick your own, what kind of rims do you want? What kind of, interior do you want? What kind of this do you want? What if you can make your own car through the bot? and then it can give you like an estimated price of how much that's going to cost, and then it can give you, you know, all of the options to be able to buy it. But here's the best thing for that business. Now they know exactly what that customer or that potential customer is interested in, so they can follow up with it, right? So you can actually make it a functional bot as well. Boo, boo, boo. So Liddy says, how would you deliver a coupon through a mobile wallet? So that's something that we are working on integrating. John, that's actually, he's our lead engineer on all this stuff. So that's a great question. And there are softwares that do that. This one can't currently do it, I don't think. However, let me share this thing with you, okay? This thing is really cool. It's what I wanted to share with you before it wouldn't let me share it. So look at this group invoice thing, okay? Check this out. Now, what's amazing is this is kind of, you can kind of do promo codes or kind of group codes as well. So if I say test here, what I can say is I can say, you know what? If we get a certain amount of people to buy, right? Then you'll get this amount in discount, right? If we get, it's normally $100, but if we get 10 people to buy, the price will go down to $50, right? And so what you can do is you can actually create group invoices like that, so that when you hit that certain mark, if you hit that certain number, then they get charged the lower price. And so functionally what happens is they just don't get, you know, totally charged until they don't get like fully charged until the contest is over. And this allows you to kind of drive and kind of make it this community thing where people can participate in the process together. As well. So Austin says you can track interest and buyer personas to better pitch. Absolutely. That's exactly it. Yeah, that's it. So for ecom, Aisa, right? Like if you think about ecom, right? Ecom, it depends on what you're selling, right? Like ecom is a very wide open thing, right? Like you could sell ecom and you can sell pens and newspaper, or pens and pencils and paper, or you could sell ecom and you can sell, you know, tractor parts or something. I don't know. I mean, there's literally infinite amount of possibilities. The point is that no matter what you are selling, right? No matter what you are selling, what you can do is you can create something that people are going to be interested in, some sort of opt-in. You can nurture them with content, testimonials, surveys, facts, research, data, videos, success stories, all of these things to nurture it, and then having some sort of call to action at the end, some sort of offer for them to take up is the last part of it. Oh, that's my headshot, Austin, and the panda is far from my headshot, so it's funny. Yes, it's definitely funny. So welcome, Marlene, Coop, Genia, San Miguel. What's going on, guys? If you guys have any questions about any of this stuff, throw those down there. If you guys want, we are launching, oops, so you guys can't see this. We are launching 5 new soft launch, okay? They're already up and ready to roll. You see I'm using them now. But we're going to be soft launching 5 new softwares tomorrow that are going to basically integrate directly into your bot. It's going to allow you to be able to track website visitors. It's going to allow you to pixel all of your people. It's going to allow you to create custom invoices like I showed you here. And then it's also going to allow you to be able to generate prospects on demand, right? Generate prospects on demand, and then also follow up with those people automatically. It's literally, I'm so excited to bring this to you guys. If you guys know anything about me, I don't like selling stuff that I don't believe in. And this is one of the coolest things that I've gotten a chance to see and play with and use. And the fact that I'm bringing it to you guys, I'm so excited to launch this for you guys. So if you guys want information on that, drop an emoji and I will follow up and get you guys the reminders for tomorrow's live stream where we're going to go over all of this. Otherwise, guys, I hope you're having an amazing Monday. Every week we're going to do different industries, right? So I'm curious, I wanted to do something for like information products, and I want to do something this works for e-commerce, okay? Because you can track all of these people. You can track what they're clicking. You can track what they're visiting. You can track all of that stuff with the softwares that we're going to give you, so that and you can follow up and say, hey, I saw that you were looking at this particular product. It didn't look like you got a chance to get it. Here's a little promo code. for a discount if you buy it today. So all of that stuff is possible with these different types of softwares. So, and guys, it's gonna be so affordable. It's gonna be so affordable. It's gonna be sweet. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. I've been talking way too long. So hopefully you have an amazing week, and see y'all later.